right, you cannot. And we are back. It is your boy Truth It of Truth It in the AM, and I am here with the one and the only Trooper Joe. Somebody
Hi, folks.
please applaud that. We are having a applaud that I said. We are having
Thank you.
a short episode of Truth It in the AM, 1 hour episode, not even. Um, Yeah. So finally, the last topic I want to talk about today. We talked about Donald Trump being a dotard or a dotard or whatever.
Yeah.
How I don't even know how you pronounce it. But the other thing we have to talk about is Worcester, and I'm ashamed of Worcester. I'm upset at the city council. I am. I'm upset at the city council right now. Worcester okays $838,000 tax deal for Alan Fletcher's new Kelly Square marketplace that will accommodate 30 to 40 food vendors. Like as if we need 30 to 40 food vendors. We need 30 to 40 food vendors. We have a Chick-fil-A down the street.
Oh,
We
yeah,
don't need more
Chick-fil-A,
food.
yeah.
Right. We don't need. Why do we need 30 to 40 more food vendors? I mean, and it's one thing to want it, but to need it to the point where we're going to cut an $838,000 tax break is ridiculous.
That's what I think too.
Ridiculous. And you know what? There's someone who agrees with me. Someone who sees the light that is the light of Truth It. And his name is Michael Gaffney.
Michael Gaffney.
I cannot believe I agree. I cannot believe I agree with them. But when I read that it was 11 to 1 who voted against it, I thought it would have been maybe, I don't know, Kate Toomey,
Yeah.
Sarai Rivera.
Yeah.
Thought it might have been Christian King. You know, someone who would think about the people.
Yeah.
And the people who are getting taxes getting raised for people.
Yeah, in their neighborhoods.
Yep, taxes going up for people, but yet they want to cut an $838,000 tax break to this rich guy.
So you can build more places to go get some food.
Yeah, build more places to go get food, and it's not going to create more jobs.
No.
Oh, that's one of the excuses that they're going to use because it'll create jobs. No, you know what it's going to, because you know what kind of restaurants they're going to have. They're going to have different kinds of restaurants, and it's going to be foreigners, and their families are the ones who are going to take those jobs and get it. It's not going to create jobs. Worcester City Council has granted Harding Green LLC a 10-year tax relief plan that will allow the developers to complete a mixed-use complex on Kelly Square, as if Kelly Square, the demon hole of Worcester, where it's nearly impossible to drive through, is going to all of a sudden become a place where people are going to want to drive to get some eats. The vote to grant about $838,000 in property tax savings to the development group was passed 10 to 1. I'm sorry, not 11 to 1, 10 to 1 by City Council Tuesday night. Alan Fletcher, a notable Canal District entrepreneur, in other words, a millionaire,
Yeah, he's a money man.
is spearheading the Harding Green LLC development. His plan calls for a 70,000 square foot development with a marketplace on its first floor and apartment units over that. The market should be able to fit 30 to 40 food vendors, Fletcher said. What do you think about that, Troop?
What is it with the food here in Worcester? That's what I'm thinking. But go ahead, Gaffney. I'm going to have to applaud you, too. Somebody got to really start thinking outside the box and stuff like that.
Really?
And even, just development stuff. Housing and eating. Come on, these are just survival skills. Housing and eating. House and food. You got to have that. They're the first two steps in survival. Someone got to think that there's more to life than just this here. And is it sustainable? Is this really going to work down in an area like Kelly Square? And why do you need more things to eat? Those are questions that maybe Gaffney asked and looked at that and said, no, this doesn't warrant that great a tax break. When the rest of the people in the city, the people living in Kelly Square and stuff, where you gonna put them?
Well, Fletcher envisions a hall for fishmongers, cheesemakers, Albanian, Ghanaian, Dominican food vendors, and seasonal farmers markets at the tip of the complex will be Fab City Diner, according to rendering released by Fletcher. So, how many Albanian people is just going to say, hey, we're looking to hire people who live in the city? How many jobs is that going to actually create?
They can't afford to eat there. If they built high-end type of places for people to live and stuff, and then they put in high-end restaurants, these people Ghanaians can't go there for sure. They
Right.
You know,
Can't afford to go to no Fab City Diner.
no, and who's going to eat the food? Several people who think, oh yeah, let's be creative and inventive, go down there and have some Albanian food. People
Right.
didn't even know they were Albanians.
Right. The market will be indoors and will be open all year long. The tax break will come in the form of tax increment financing plan, a popular economic development tool used by the city to convince developers to make improvements on vacant and underutilized properties. The TIF calls for a 70% tax exemption on the value added to the property as a result of development. Again, they are looking to attract people to the city and not caring about the people that already live here.
Exactly, because the people that live here, they can't get any of that.
Yep.
That's impossible for them to reap any benefits from that. And it's not going to generate jobs. Nah.
Councilor Tony Economo, who's on his way out, thank God, said the property, a vacant dirt lot just outside the Birch Tree Bread, currently generates about $13,000 in annual tax revenue. Under the TIF, the city is expected to receive about $1,450,000 over a 10-year period. The Telegram reported. I'd like to see if that really happens.
Yeah. Throwing all these numbers around, but what are you going to do with it?
Right.
You know, you're going to come fix all these broken cars from the holes that's in the street?
Nope.
No, you ain't even putting good stuff in the street. You got half the neighborhood all half dug up, and then instead of finishing that job, you go over and dig up the other half.
They're going to offer more high-end apartments, Troop. That's what
More
they're going to do.
high-end apartments.
Yep.
The gentrification is so blatantly real here, and it's way beyond. It's actually beyond where people can come together and try to do something about it. It's nearing its completion.
Yep.
You know, and the people are going to be leaving. They have no place to they can't live in this environment.
Right. City Councilor Michael Gaffney took issue with the TIF, however, claiming that Fletcher would not be paying his fair share to the city, which is the problem. I hear a lot of so-called progressives talk about millionaires' tax, paying their fair share, and here we are giving a tax break to the most wealthy among us, Gaffney said. Applaud Michael Gaffney. At least for that.
Yeah.
At least for that.
When you're right, you're right.
Yep.
You know? He's right in that regard.
Yep.
Yeah.
The city council has approved dozens of TIFs over the past 20 years. More recently, the council approved TIF for the new Tabletop Pies factory and several other businesses at South Worcester Industrial plant in order to spur job growth and put vacant properties back on the city tax roll. So you see, I understand this one. Tabletop Pies, they've been employing people from the city of Worcester who live in the city of Worcester for years. Tabletop Pies has been in Worcester 4 years. So I understand that. But all these we're going to develop new apartments that people who live in Worcester can't afford to live in, and then put a couple in Albanian and Ghanaian restaurant at the bottom, like that's supposed to, make me feel better.
You got the whitest European, and
Right.
you got the blackest Africans.
Right.
Okay, people, I see you did your homework on that.
Yep. Gaffney calls this strategy an ineffective form of trickle-down economics. He argued that the city is having taxpayers subsidize new developments while their own taxes continue to grow.
Exactly. That's what they're doing. That's what that property tax is going to supplement that.
Right.
Taxes on just go to the store. You can. Like what I said a few weeks ago about $5 cans of Spam.
You mad about that Spam?
Yeah, I like Spam. I can't pay $5 for a can of Spam. I don't even know what's in it.
Yep. But the question is, When you go to get your spam, if this millionaire wanted to go get his spam, he'd have to pay the same price. So why can't he pay the same percentage that everyone else pays?
That's it.
The argument is that if we don't give tax breaks, they won't invest. That only works because we've created a two-tier tax system,
Right.
one for the rich and one for the working poor.
Yeah. The working poor, that's that.
He was the only council to vote down the proposal.
And I definitely will applaud him for that. And we need more people to really to look at the thing. You can develop Worcester, and
Yep.
you can make it a world place without displacing everybody that's in it. You know, you don't have to punish all the people that's lived here all their lives, and because
Right.
they lived here and was comfortable, they didn't seem to want to invest in the future or something. That's okay. That's
Yep.
life.
Yep.
But now they're being punished
Yep.
by these other people that don't even live here. You know, and they're being punished because I got an innovative thought. I'm going to bring this kind of industry like this. Going to be great. It's going to give jobs to the people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to give any jobs to anybody.
City manager Ed Augustus Jr. said the Harding Green plan calls for 124 jobs to be created. Additionally, because the space is built for small vendors and stalls, there's the potential for dozens of small businesses to grow in the marketplace. First off, the small businesses aren't going to be able to afford to rent that space in that high rise.
Right.
So stop. Who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to play? I can't. If I want to start a sandwich business with my mother, you think I'm gonna have enough money to go ahead and just start a restaurant, put a restaurant in there? They wouldn't have been able to put Addie Lee's Soul Food in this new high rise that they're building. It's going to be for higher end places.
That's
so,
it.
and 124 jobs, it sounds nice, but is that really worth $800 and something $1,000 for tax breaks that we? $838,000 tax break? Is it really worth that?
And they make this sound like these are sustainable jobs. They're not sustainable jobs.
Not at
They're
all.
not even time orientated. That's what they are. You get this job over here for construction and cleanup, and you get this job over here for construction and stuff. And then some businesses come in and they'll hire somebody. You know,
yeah,
and then this is how they make all this number look like it's really going to do something, and those people over here doing this first cleanup and construction, the cleanup might be some of the lower income people,
right?
The construction's not going to be. You got to open up the bids. So who's gonna the little guy? He can't outbid the big guy.
Yep.
You know, because the big guy's okay. I'll take this cut right here. You know, he's backing up someplace else. Little guy can't do that. You know, I'm material. So stop it, Ed Augustus. Say the truth. This is going to be good for the city. It'll look good for the city. You're the general manager, so it looks good that you're developing Worcester to be one of the leading cities in the new world. And that's quite all right, but you're doing it at the expense of people.
Middle class and poor class, you are out of here.
Yeah,
and it's stuff like that's going to be kicking you out of here. If you're not rich, you're not going to be able to live here. They really want Worcester to become the next Boston.
Bigger than Boston. They want it to be the shining light on the hill. They want it to actually look like that. They have visions that it's going to be looking like everybody's going to want to copy Worcester.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, we need, somebody has to, I don't understand how all the counselors, I don't understand, do these other counselors, does Christian King know about gentrification?
I don't think Christian King knows how to spell his name. I really don't. I don't think Christian King's done anything for people while he's been in there. He's made little mousy noises and stuff. I don't think Christian King went outside of his way to put his reputation on the line like he said he was going to do for the people. I don't think he's done any of that. You know, I think Christian King's a politician just like the rest of the people that's in there. Mm-hmm. Even more so, I think he's an educated politician. I'm not saying he's not smart. I just think he's an educated politician, and the first line for Christian King is Christian King. And that's okay, Christian King. But don't play like, I ain't going to say something if it's not, in my eyes, true.
Right.
Don't make you a bad guy. Make you Christian King.
Okay.
With a K.
I'm,
What, he's scared of God? He spells Christ with a C.
I just thought all these counselors who knows about gentrification. I thought some of them would actually speak up about this. Even if you wanted to give a smaller tax break, I mean, they're millionaires that we're dealing with here.
Yeah,
They have the money to do it.
yeah.
But we're so desperate to attract these millionaires and billionaires to the city of Worcester that we're
Sound,
willing to give them whatever they want.
and they think it sounds good. What's all this eateries? you can't even buy cars anymore because they were you can you walk, what's that, Salisbury Street?
Yep.
We walk down Salisbury Street. It's like the eateries are coming from both sides and they're narrowing the street.
Yeah.
Can't even drive there no more. They got them outside. Everybody's eating outside. It's like eat here, eat there, eat there, eat there, eat there, eat. It's fine, I guess, but is there any other thing in the world besides eating?
For me, look at me. I don't know. Truth is it? You be better know. You would know better than I would. I know that. But all right, Troop. I know that you have some place you have to get to, and this has been Truth in the Air.
I still got time. Man.
Oh, okay.
For the state 11:30.
Oh, okay. I thought you had. To. Okay.
12 o'clock. I gotta go meet and get educated up.
Okay.
Educated with my guy. This is it's a trick I use for myself. So that I learn about different things. I have friends just like everybody else has friends who are in positions of better economic spaces than I am, and they got ideas that I don't have. So I have lunch with them about once a month.
Okay. You might lose some friends though because you said Gaffney was right about something.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready to catch the heat from people because you actually said Gaffney was right about something?
My whole thing about catching the heat.
Yep.
Folks, there's a lot of people that can bring the heat.
Yep.
And most people only make smoke. This is Trooper Joe. I bring the fire.
Okay.
That's what I bring.
Okay.
So am I worried about that? Nah. I ain't about that catching the heat from anybody, because I bring the fire.
Yeah, listen, do I like everything that Gaffney's done? No. Do I like what he's done with Mosaic? No. I don't like a lot of stuff that he's done, but at the end of the day, if you're right, if all the other 10 counselors are for tax breaks for the rich and no tax breaks and nothing like that for the poor, then yeah, Michael Gaffney's right, and I don't care. You can kick rocks. You want to stay poor just because you hate Michael Gaffney, and stay poor. But at the end of the day, when someone's fighting for something right, then I have to be the one to stand with it.
Yeah, I think the exact same way. When you're doing something that's right and righteous, I applaud that. That's what Archangel's all about anyway. So,
right.
You see what's right, do it.
Yep.
If you see what's right and you don't do it, then you're wrong.
Yep.
You're wrong. There's no two ways about it. The other 10 council people up there, it's like you either didn't do your homework like you're supposed to, you was busy doing something else, and that could be, but you didn't give it enough thought, and the only people it's going to hurt are the poor people in the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to hurt them, and it has no choice. And even if they say no, well, it won't hurt. When it's done, it's going to displace them, because the high-end restaurant, the people with the high-end money, they're not going to want to come down there unless they feel safe and secure. So you're going to have to displace some of the stuff that goes on and fix the traffic.
Yes, speaking of safe and secure, a man was stabbed Thursday night near the intersection of Main and Austin Street. A 45-year-old victim was taken to the stab several times in the torso and both arms. He was taken to a local hospital by ambulance after being found at about 9:30 p.m. by police, firefighters, and paramedics on the sidewalk. This happened in Main South, another area where they are starting to try to improve things and make things a little bit better. Things like this are happening too much in the Main South area.
Well, that's where they and all that stuff, and then you go out into the public, but you can't do anything.
Right.
They never address the problem of your inability to be a productive person in today's society. That problem never got addressed. So they put you out there and they say, well, you can get your methadone or whatever kind of treatment that you're getting over here. So you wander in the streets. You got nothing to do. And yeah, the city tried to do something a few years back, which I thought was totally illegal. They tried to invoke a vagrancy law.
What is that?
Well, if you don't have any real place of residence and you're not working like they're doing with the, that you can be arrested.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a vagrancy law. It goes way back to after the Civil War.
Sounds like a good idea.
That's what all those white people said about all them black people that say, well, you're a vagrant, you don't have anything to do, so here's your vagrancy fine. Oh, you can't pay the fine? Wait 30 days. 30 days at labor to pay off the fine that you can't pay. I think they just made a movie about that about a year ago, where the black guy was arrested up north and taken down south and stuff. That was all about a vagrancy law.
I don't know.
I don't know what they said about it. I forget. I didn't see the movie.
All I know is
the law. It's a policing action.
A text that says all the new apartments downtown will have to come with a Smith and Wesson. It's crazy. Feel safe downtown. Who's kidding who? Another text that says.
But see, that's the whole thing, Texas. The people in time, that timeline's going to be, they're spreading out that timeline. Someplace on that timeline, all the elements that bring fear are gone.
Right.
They can't afford to stay there. So they just leave and they go to some other part of the country.
Right.
And then all the people that feel safe to come down there and bring in the money and stuff, they come down into the city and the city prospers from that. But the people aren't there anymore to benefit from it. They're gone.
And this happened downtown, right by where the metro, right across, close to City Hall.
Yeah.
Walking distance from City Hall, near the Hanover Theater. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where that stabbing took place. 45-year-old man. I mean, just they have no suspects. They are looking for suspects now into what happened. Hopefully, there was a camera that caught it on tape or something.
Oh, they right now, I don't think that the city, they care, but I don't think they care enough to really put a lot of energy into doing anything. It's not in the plans yet to go in there and clean up that area.
Right.
This is the future projection.
Right.
Little models are being built and displayed so you can see this is what it's going to look like in 3 to 5 years. They're not ready to go in there. Right now, they'll let all that stuff happen because it takes away the attention from all the other places where they're building up.
Where they're building a high rise and giving a tax break, $838,000 tax break to some millionaires that want to come in and build places so we can have a Ghanaian and an Albanian restaurant.
Yeah, and they're letting the other people those people that walk the street. I feel bad for those people. Back home, I look at those people. I saw a girl yesterday. I was going to do the laundry. I still do. And the poor girl got I think it was a Gatorade on her mouth. Obviously, she had an abscess or stuff like that. She had nowhere to go. She was in such pain on the street. Their whole life was surrounding her in bags and stuff. And she's there. And I'm like, man, what can you do for someone like that?
Right.
I can't do anything for someone like that. Her whole life's right there with her. Anyway, giving her money don't make the pain go away.
Nope.
She need to go to the dentist. She can't go to the dentist, I guess, because I don't know, for whatever reason, she didn't go to the dentist. She's being comforted by some guy and stuff, but it was like, that was just sad.
Yeah, she got to go to the emergency room or something.
Yeah, but
get paid.
She got her whole life. What's she gonna do with her life?
Yep.
She's surrounded by her life. They were all in these bags around her. Her whole life was right there with her.
Yep.
It ain't like, okay, lock the door. I'm going to the emergency room. You can feel somewhat safe that your house won't be broken into. What's she going to do with her whole life? She goes to the emergency room, she probably loses everything she owns, which has some kind of value to her.
Right.
And like, It's right there on the street. Everybody sees it.
Yep.
You know, and you know, it can fill your heart with a lot of compassion and a lot of empathy and stuff like that. And then we got to do something about it, so the city steps in and builds up the area.
Yep.
And they're gone
Right.
because they can't stay there no more. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can't stay here anymore. You got to go because we're building it up for the other people to come down. But you can go over there. Go over there. Way over.
Right. So true. Monday we have to talk about Michael Gaffney again.
Yeah.
When we come back, Worcester Turtle Boy blog
Yeah, yeah.
outs its source on Worcester Magazine harassment allegations, calls her a moron and not a victim.
Yeah.
So the woman who brought the news to Michael Gaffney and the Turtle Boy that she was being sexually harassed by Walter Bird is also the same woman who was suing the city, claiming that she was fired because she was associated with Michael Gaffney.
Yeah.
And now Turtle Boy has turned on her, it seems,
Yeah.
calling her a moron.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about on Monday's show. This is going to be talked about on Tuesday as well. On Voice of the Voiceless, 91.3 FM, WCUW, which airs every Tuesday from 12 to 1 p.m.
Got a weekend of research.
Yes, I got some researching to do. I did not know about this.
Yeah.
About
broke
this
last night, didn't it?
Yep, September. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. So, wow. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we need to talk about. So, we'll catch you guys on Monday. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Trooper Joe will be back on the show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Fridays, you can catch Trooper Joe on Truth in the AM. And also, you can catch Archangel, A Return to Chivalry. It airs every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com/Archangel, A Return to Chivalry. You just type that into your web address and it'll bring you right to his show that airs every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Also on YouTube and on Facebook Live and on his own Facebook page. So come talk to your friend and listen in to your friend, Trooper Joe, on Archangel, The Return to Chivalry every Wednesday.
This Trooper Joe telling everybody to go have that fun.
All right.
Because he didn't want to be white. He just wanted to know what everybody else that was doing in that world.